Good morning, it's Megan here, megantdavenport.com, and I wanted to do this quick live video because it's the end of the year. People are madly doing shopping, lots of things going on with the family, and it's a very exciting time for some people, and for other people it can probably be bringing quite a bit of anxiety. So I want to talk about goals and how we can get some things jotted down for next year so that when the new year comes, we are off to a good start. And I don't like to make things complicated. I like things to be very simple and very easy. So I just want to go over a few little things that you can write down and get started on and put by the side of your bed or wherever where you can see it, where you can constantly have a look at it and you'll see it in front of you and you can do some thinking. So I'm just going to share this out to a couple of groups, wait for some people to jump on. It says put on a mask and give yourself a fun look. Oh, new features, eh? New features on Facebook Live. Did you guys know that Instagram has a live feature now? So if you're not using Facebook Live and now Instagram Live to build your audience, then you're mad, quite frankly. Hi, Renee, good to see you. So I saw this morning. There's a lady on Facebook. I actually don't remember her last name. Her name's Bushra. She's a very smart lady, and one of the reasons I like to watch her is because she's actually quite funny, and I'm all about having fun and enjoying life and enjoying our business. So she wrote down her goals. So first and foremost, what I loved about it was that it was simple. I'm a very simple person. I don't like complications. I like to know exactly what is what and how easy this is. But goal setting can be a massive cause of anxiety for people because we just simply sometimes don't know where to start. So you can grab a pen and paper or you can watch the replay and do this. But what I recommend is having a think about what's happened over the past year, what you've implemented, what you've started, what you've enjoyed, what you haven't enjoyed, and the results that you've got over the last year. And if you're happy with them, if you're not happy with them, you know, things that you would have liked to have maybe changed or done a little bit differently. Think about things that maybe you know you should have implemented, but you've been too scared to. So, you know, just recognize that and say to yourself that, you know, maybe the timing wasn't quite right. I didn't quite have the level of confidence I wanted, whatever the case may be. But just make a note of that and turn that into a goal, you know. Like for me, I know that I have to start doing webinars, but I haven't started it yet. I'm not ready. I'm not beating myself up about it. It's just that I'm not ready. So, but it is going to be on my list because I know that to move forward, I know I have to start doing webinars next year. Now for you, it might just be starting videos. It might be starting Facebook Lives. So I'm just going to show you, share with you exactly what you can write down. Now, I recommend going and doing this in a nice place. So don't, you know, hole yourself up in your office necessarily. Go down to the pool, go to the park, go to the lake, go to the beach, somewhere nice where, you know, you can really get your creative juices flowing and really get into a thought process and you're in an enjoyable environment. You know, let's not make this hard. Let's not make this a task that's going to create resistance. This is your future. This is the next year. And if you do this and keep it simple, then, you know, you're going to start off next year, say, oh, look, I've written down a few things already. Cool, you know, and you'll be much more in flow than if you do nothing. And then, you know, the whole crazy Christmas period is over, New Year's is over, and all of a sudden you're just frazzled and no money and you haven't thought about it. So here's what she said this morning, and I'm not going to tell you her ones, but this is just a simple way to get started. Keep it by your bed. So goals, right? So what she does is she's just listed them into separate areas, okay? So goal number 1 is family. Goal number 2 is your body. Goal number 3 is your business. Goal number 4 is your spirit. And goal number 5 is your service. And what she's done is next to those words, she's written one word. So for instance, family, right? So the one thing predominantly that you want out of everything in your family is what, okay? So you can have just one word and start there. Keep it simple. So you might want just total and utter joy in your family. So you might write joy down next to that. So, you know, where you write what's best for you in one word and start there. So there's those 5 things, write one word next to it. And if you're listening, jump on, say hello, tell me where you are living. I'm in Cairns, Australia. So I'd love to know where you are. And please say hi, and if you're enjoying this, if you're getting some value, please throw in a few likes and hearts for me. So write down those 5 things, and then after that, write down these 3 questions, okay? So with each of these things, okay? So let's talk about business, because predominantly business is what I usually talk about. So, oh, Gold Coast, awesome. We used to live in Currumbin Valley. So let's talk about business. Okay, so what do I want out of a business? How will I get it? And how will I know if I've succeeded? So in terms of business, have a think about what has happened over the past year, what you've started, what you have worked on, the things that you've achieved with that business, and then ask yourself in terms of 2017 what you want to do moving forward. So for me, I actually just invested in a high ticket program, and that generated a sale for me quite quickly. So like in the first month, I generated a sale, and a high ticket sale was $1,000, right? Now, if you've got business goals, like you might just want to earn like a couple of extra $100 a week, right? So that could be $1,000 a month. Now, if you want to earn $1,000 a month, then I recommend bumping that up and making it a higher goal, so that if you come close or you fall short a little bit, then you're still going to reach that goal. So make it a little bit higher. And what I recommend, if you're thinking about doing a high ticket offer, is there's some real benefits to that, because you don't need as many sales, okay? So you're not hammering 100 people for a small amount of sale. Do you know what I mean? You're getting one person for that $1,000 as opposed to many people. So there's a benefit in that. You also need to know that what you're choosing is going to be able to help other people succeed, because what I've learned over this year is that if you can help other people get what they want, then you will in turn get what you want, because we all want help growing our business. And so we need to be able to look up to somebody in order to achieve those goals. We need to be able to model ourselves on somebody who's achieving and be able to copy what they're doing. And then most importantly, we need to be able to make sure that we can then show other people how to do that. And so with this particular high ticket program, what I love about it is that it's $1 to get into, and the funnel that you go through is the exact funnel that you will be promoting, so you know exactly what it is, and they get their own 6-figure coach. So basically, once you introduce them to that system, the selling is then taken over for you. So anybody can do that, anybody can duplicate that, and anybody can have that in their team for their team members to get on board with. And that is what I really like, because you need to be able to have systems and processes in place so that the people that you bring on board are guided in the best possible way for them, and they don't join up and feel completely alone. So that was a big deal for me, and it was a really important that the people that I brought on board were going to be looked after as well, because as you get busier and busier and busier, you just don't have the time for a lot of little tiny questions. You know, you need to be able to point them to places and people that can help them so that you can actually keep your business growing as well. So that is my simple steps for goal setting. So just to recap, write these down, write one word next to them. Thank you for the likes. So here's my outline, okay? And this is a really simple thing to do. Keep it by your bed, look at it. When you feel something come up, an idea, something you want to implement, jot it down and get going now while the crazy season's in, and you will feel so much better next year. Okay, so the areas that I think are important to write down for goals, okay, is family, your body, your business, your spirit, which is all your personal development, and service. Okay, so what are you going to do in your life to help other people? Because if you're not helping other people, you're not going to get what you want, and that is just the way that the law of the universe works. Awesome. So by each of those 5 points, next to those 5 points, write predominantly one word. So service, you might put pay it forward. So what are you going to give away or give of yourself in order to be of service to other people? Because we all want to help other people, right? So you've got to figure out a way that you can do that, which is going to in turn draw people to you, because you are giving away things, you know. I mean, you need to be transparent. There's no reason to be secretive about things, you know. We want to succeed. We want other people to succeed. Once people come on board in our teams, we want them to succeed. We want to help them. You know, entrepreneurs are sort of built like that. We want to help. So one word next to those 5 things, and then for each of those things, ask yourself, what do I want? How am I going to get it? And then how will I know when I've succeeded? Wow, thank you very much. So those are really easy, simple things to do. Do it somewhere nice with a cup of tea or a glass of wine. You know, stay relaxed, stay out of anxiety mode, and hi Raymond, and make sure that it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable process. You know, next year, I mean, I know that a lot of you watching this have probably had quite a year of growth, and, you know, give yourself a pat on the back for achieving what you've achieved over the last year, or for however long that you've had your business. And, you know, and go into 2017 with a positive mindset. You know, recognize yourself for what you've accomplished this year. Try not to get stressed out about what's going on in terms of Christmas and all of that. You know, a lot of people don't have the money to spend on Christmas, and if that's the case, there's nothing to, you know, there's nothing to be pressured about with that. You know, I think there's a lot of advertising out there, and a lot of buy this and buy that, and it's all materialistic stuff. The most important thing is for you to be with your families and to have a good time. And if that just means well, I'm in the summer, so, you know, you could just go down to the local park and spark up a free barbecue down there, free gas barbecue, and sit around and have a barbecue. You know, that is what it's about. Hi, Debbie, good to see you here. Thank you very much. Hi, Raya. Is that how you say your name? So, you know, let's not get overwhelmed by it. This is a time of year which is very emotional. You know, it can be good, it can be bad, it can be lonely, it can be stressful. So do whatever you have to do to just big breath and get yourself through it. But remember that come January is a whole new year, and you really want to be a little bit ahead of the game with that. So with those goals, just start off small, write a few things down, and just get your head around that before the new year starts. And you'll be so pleased you did, because you don't want to go through all of this busy, full-on, hectic time of year, and then come January 1st, you're like, oh no, what am I going to do? Haven't even thought about it. And then there's this big heavy weight. So start now. It doesn't have to take long, and you can get a bit of a head start and a bit of an idea, you know, on what you want to achieve and what you've done over the past year that you can continue on next year. And don't forget to give yourselves a pat on the back for what you've done this year. You know, it's a massive learning curve. You're always learning, you're always growing, and you're always doing new skills, and it's not easy, but it's important to keep going, and it's important to have that open mindset that opportunities will come your way. And often it's when we have our biggest struggles, is right before we have our biggest breakthroughs. So if you're at a point now where you don't want to be and you've had a rough time of it, then just know that next year, or the last part of this year, you know, keep an open mind, because if you've got an open mind, then you're going to react more openly when opportunities come your way, you know. So what I mean by that, I mean, I probably should get going, but what I mean by that is sometimes we're really caught up in something, and I've actually seen this happen. I'm always going on about building your email list, right? And the reason for that is because that is marketing. You know, you can prospect for 6 hours a day on Facebook if that's what you enjoy and that's what you want to do. But if you're marketing, then you've got your link to your opportunity, or your link to a free training that somebody really wants, safe to get leads or something like that, and you can have that on your fan page. You know, watch this video, download this ebook, and all of a sudden you've got a new prospect just like that. So I've talked to a couple of people lately about that, but their mind is not even switched on that way. So I'm saying to them, well, look, I really recommend building an email list. And they're like, well, I've got help from the top earner of my network marketing company, and he's going to show me what to do. Now, I can guarantee you that that top earner in that network marketing company has their own email list, but she didn't even hear me, you know. So just be aware that sometimes things are going to come up, opportunities are going to come up, and you need to be able to say, okay, I'll have a look at it. Might not be something that you want to do. It might not be right. It might not be the right time, but don't be closed off. You know, if you're not where you are right now, if you're not, what am I trying to say? If you're in a position right now and you want to be somewhere different, then you have to do something different. You have to actually try something different, you know, and I can recommend building an email list. You know, it is really the only way, because these two people that I spoke to, both of them had been in the network marketing company for over 2 years, and they built, you know, quite a good business with these companies, and then for whatever reason they decided to leave, and so their entire customer base has to start all over again. And when you have an email list, that simply doesn't happen because you own the list. So you can go into another opportunity, and if you're still providing value to those people, then they very well might join you in your new opportunity, but you still have all the contact details. So it's really important. Okay, so hi Sarah, how's it going? Hey Jason. Where are you, Sarah? Oh, Sarah. Sorry, Sarah. Where are you? So, yeah, mainly goal setting. It's something that we all know we should be doing, and often we don't do it. So it's important just to jot some things down and get started. I don't like stress. I like things to be in flow, as little resistance as possible, and then start the year off in a better frame of mind. In the US, cool. So it must be nighttime there. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, so if you are interested in looking at a high ticket option for next year, that was one thing I did this year that was a game changer for me, and it was a step up, but it's an easy step up. It really is. It's been very good for me. What else did I implement this year? Oh, doing videos and Facebook Lives. So yeah, it's really important to think about, and starting an email list. You must start an email list. Now, if that scares the hell out of you and you don't even know where to start, what to do, I can help you with that as well. So I use a marketing system that I share with other people, network marketers, and there's capture pages that are already done for you, information on emailing your list, how to go about getting leads, you know, like a very, very simple system again. So that's it really. Anybody want to say anything? Anybody got any questions? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hi, Debbie. It is, what time is it? 10 past 10 in the morning. I'm in Cairns, Australia. It is very hot right now, and so it's probably about 30 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's pretty hot. So things are pretty full on here at the moment, and just about to go and start helping to paint our caravan. We're going to paint it. Might have bitten off slightly more than we can chew, but never mind. So I just want to jump on and talk about goals, because it's something that we know we should be doing and we never do it. We don't do it. We plan our holidays and our Christmas Day food more than we plan our goals. And if you can be just joining, you know, go back and write down those 5 things: family, body, business, spirit, service, and just jot some stuff down next to it, and you'll be glad you did, and it will get the ball rolling, and it will get your mind ticking along, and it'll help you for next year. You missed the summer, too damn cold for me. I know, that's why we're here. That's why we moved. I'm from New Zealand, and I made Brendan move to Australia because I wanted warm weather. I mean, it's nice over there. It's not too cold, but it's too cold for me. Anything under 25 degrees is too cold for me. So we come from a really small town over there, and I made a move to Australia so that we could have a better opportunity and warmer weather. And so here we are, sweltering in Cairns, and it's good, actually. It's really good. We're really loving it here. And we miss New Zealand. We miss New Zealand a lot. So if you ever come to this side of the world, make sure you go to New Zealand. It is the jewel of the south I'm not just being biased. Australia is beautiful as well. It's quite different to New Zealand. Australia is very arid in a lot of areas. Not Cairns though. Cairns is very green. That's probably why we like it, because it reminds us of home. New Zealand is very, very green and very beautiful, very beautiful. So want to come to Australia. I know Australia and New Zealand are really hot topics in the States. I think it's also a lot of network marketing companies that are starting up in Australia as well. So I think we're in the forefront of people's minds, but I think sometimes people think we're so far away, but you know, we just got to ramp up our businesses next year, and then we'll be able to visit these places whenever we want and take our families, right? And so the fastest way to do that is with a high ticket offer. I'm telling you, it is the fastest way to do that, because you're on the slow boat to China sometimes, and having an offer that is that can help other people live a life and travel is really the best option. Nobody wants to be there anymore. I know. It's a shame actually, because I did quite a bit of traveling through the States years ago. I traveled all over, and before I went, I had quite a preconceived idea about what America was going to be like. This was years ago, like I'm talking over 20 years ago, about 20 years ago. And you're welcome, Debbie. And so what we see on the media is what we often have a preconceived idea about, right? So before I left, I had all these ideas about, you know, I was going to get mugged and I was going to get this and that, and because we see a lot of violence about America. And when I got there, I was just blown away, absolutely blown away. I loved the country. It's so diverse, geographically, so diverse, so beautiful. And I found the people just so friendly and so inviting. I mean, strangers were offering us to stay with them. You know, we only just met them. So it's a shame. It's a shame with what's going on, because America is a beautiful place and well worth visiting. I mean, I absolutely loved it. Really, really fond memories back then. We had such a cool car too. We bought a Chevy van, and the vehicles over there are just so ahead of anywhere else. You know, you can get some fantastic vans and RVs and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's a lot of good stuff about the States, and it's just a shame that we see so much shit, you know, on the media about it, when it's actually such a really great place. But, you know, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I want to go back. I really do. I want to buy a RV and I want to travel again, like I did years ago. But I want to do it in an RV this time instead of a van. And I know I can get a really nice one, because you guys have got such great vehicles. Everyone says we are rude and pansies. No, not everybody. Americans are lovely. Americans are lovely. Just depends on your experience, you know. Where were you here? Oh, all over. I spent a lot of time in Florida. I spent a lot of time in Vail, Colorado. I traveled up and down the West Coast. I went to Vegas. I loved Vegas. Yeah, no, I had a great time. Those are the days, you know. I was like 20, I was in my early 20s, 21, something like that. So, hey, Anna, how's it going over there in Denmark? Anna is heading off to Iceland soon, so she's looking forward to that. She's going to have an amazing Christmas, and I want you to take lots of photos, because we all have these really nice images in our mind about Iceland. So looking forward to seeing that. And yeah, I think I've probably waffled on now for quite some time. I don't normally do this, but I'm in the mood today. Florida is the South. I love the South. Yes, I spent 3 months in Key West, and I lived in Sarasota, and And then we traveled for 6 months in South America, which was amazing. So I've done a lot of traveling and we'll be doing a lot more traveling. I love it. I love it. Americans don't travel a lot, I've noticed. Hey, Clive, how's it going? Clive is a rock star. Clive has started webinars. I was talking earlier, Clive, that it's on my list to do next year, and I've been a bit of a chicken. I've noticed that you've started doing webinars, so big congratulations, big step up, and well done, well done. South Carolina, yes, I've been to South Carolina. That was my first stop actually. We bought our little Chevy van there, and what I noticed most of all about South Carolina was that everything looked so new, and it was because they'd had a big cyclone and the whole place had been wiped out. So all these beautiful new houses there, but yeah, South Carolina was lovely. Traveling is in Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach, I was in Myrtle Beach with, do you call it schoolies? You know, when you finish school and all the kids go, here they all go to the Gold Coast down, further down south. And in America, they go to Myrtle Beach. And so we were there right in the middle of schoolies or whatever you call it. And that was an experience. That really was. There was a lot of partying, a lot of, you know, there's a lot going on in Myrtle Beach. Yeah, no, America's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I really loved it. And recommend it to anybody to visit, you know, regardless of a lot of stuff that we see on the news. You know, that's just a small portion of it, and everybody's experience is different. And any kind of travel anywhere is a great experience. You know, we particularly like to go to places with different cultures. And hey, Steve, how's it going? You're not at work. Or are you at work? So I have digressed quite a lot to just general chit chat. And it's really nice to actually to have a chat with you guys. So I thank you so much for popping on. Steve, you're going to have to watch the replay talking about goals and how to just get started to avoid anxiety come January 1st. Do you guys do New Year's resolutions? I'm not one for New Year's resolutions. So I just wondered if anybody else did them. Too wet. Oh, you're on you're roofing, aren't you? Is that what you do from memory? Oh, trying to remember. But, oh, so it's raining down there. Okay. Yeah, so I should probably go. Lovely chatting with you all. Anything else you want to talk about? Let's have a chat. How is the heat wave going? Oh, we've had rain. We've had rain, Anna, for the last 2 days, which we have really needed. We really have. All the grass is brown, and we really needed a good dose of rain. So we've had 2 days of rain, possibly 3, and now it's nice and sunny again. So ta-da, Steve. See you later. Stay out of the rain. And yeah, so it's hot. It's really hot. I've got to turn my air. I've got this portable air conditioner in my office, and I'm going to have to turn it back on. I've got so much work to do, and I'm procrastinating because I enjoy chatting to you guys. So anyway, I've got a whole lot of other stuff that I want to talk about in Facebook Lives, but you know why I don't do Facebook Lives as often as I should? Because I don't like putting makeup on. And I don't like doing lives without my makeup on. So that's one of the main reasons. Silly, eh? Really silly. So I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk about that's going to help you and me and so forth next year. So I'm going to be on lives quite a bit more. if you're on Instagram and you're loving Instagram, get over there and get on some lives over there as well. So, all right, I'm going to head off, and thank you guys for jumping on and all the comments, all the hearts and likes, and do some goal setting, get started with it, and let's make 2017 amazing and better than 2016. And you guys have a lovely night, evening, day, wherever you're joining in from. I have waffled on for long enough. All right, see you guys. See you, Steve. See you, Anna. Bye-bye.